Hello, friends. How are you? How's today? I hope it's good. Everything here. It's yesterday. It was almost 40 degrees here. Today it's like 15. It's crazy. I have a snow dam, ice dam on my gutter right now that I was hoping would melt off. Did not. I made a mess last night after showing you my new jig, which I absolutely love. I came down here. I got some stuff in the mail yesterday. Doing a bit of a test right now. There's a new recorder sitting here. You can probably see it. This is the Zoom H1 Essentials. It's a new model, I guess, of digital recorder from Zoom. I've been wanting a Zoom recorder for a while, but I've never really had a need for like their H4 or whatever, like their podcasting recorders that lots of people have. I've just wanted something to carry around, uh, and something that didn't have a lot of noise and had decent microphones. The little digital audio recorder I had before this did okay, but the reason I bought this one, 32-bit floating, which doesn't mean much to the average person. What it really means is it has a much broader range of data that it can store, which means that it doesn't peak like it peaks for sure. Don't get me wrong, but if you take the little digital audio recorder that I had, if I plugged in a contact microphone, which I have here, for instance, it was really hard to record with because it would peak super fast, which means it just sounds blown out and weird. 32-bit floating, it's much harder. It's not impossible, especially with a contact microphone. So I got that yesterday. I also got this yesterday. This is a clip-on contact mic, which I immediately cut the 1/4-inch jack off of. These are made for like instruments. You would put this on a violin bridge or something like that, and then a 20-foot cable or something, plug it into an amp. I'm not using it for that purpose, so I didn't want this. But it's basically impossible to find a contact mic without this. Prior to this, I had bought just a bunch of little piezo contact transducers and made my own. But this is more difficult to use because I have to tape it onto things or whatever. It's noisier because if the tape isn't secure, this rattles. It's kind of a problem. So having this clip-on works with just about anything. I clip it onto just about anything and get a decent transducer. So I came down here, ripped this apart. Now, why? Well, that's hopefully something I'll be sharing with you in the not too distant future. I got this for Christmas. You saw this yesterday, the new Jessom jig. I also got some new music production gear because I've been working on music for a while now. I've been working on music for the last few months. I've put some effort into learning Ableton Live, which I did not get along with very well at all. So I put effort into learning Reaper, which I've been much more successful with. And part of that music production journey is not just bass guitar, vocals, that kind of stuff. I've been learning more electronic music because that's something that I've actually attempted to do forever, like forever ever. Like I've honestly attempted my versions of electronic music, and a lot of that is samples. Samples are, I mean, for instance, here's one sitting right here. This was a noise. This was a noise I was sampling last night. This was a noise I put my clip-on mic right here on this box and was sampling to try to get something for a song, a shaker sound for a song, like a percussion shaker. So I've been wanting a small-ish field recorder for sampling because I want to use it for music production. Am I doing anything crazy? No. Am I doing anything that needs professional level gear? No. In fact, I would say that the type of music I'm trying to emulate or trying to create is called lo-fi, which means it's not supposed to sound good. It's kind of supposed to sound a little bit distorted and weird. Lo-fi for most people means they take a song and then they put it through like a warbling tape process that makes it sound like it's on an old worn out cassette tape. For me, it's a little bit different than that, but part of it is I don't want to use other people's samples. I want to make my own. I want to not have to license things or figure things. You know, I I want to just make my own. I have a workshop full of awesome stuff to make sounds with. Let's see what happens. So I bought the little guy because this was not working with my old Sony. It would just sound absolutely garbage. It would peak even with the slightest little shake. This guy seems to be better off, and I thought, while I've got it, I'll test it today for audio, like just sitting here talking, see how it sounds. It might be picking up some of this type of noise, which is a good test because I don't want it to do that. I did buy an isolation mount for it so I could handheld it and it won't sound terrible. Hopefully that'll come in soonish. And I'm going to take it with me on trips and stuff and take my contact mics and try to get some field recordings that I can use for different types of music. So I realize this isn't really super good content. Obviously, none of the thing I ever do on this channel is. But I'm going to share with you right now a little snippet of a song I've been working on. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do with this music. I have plans or hopes of being able to do some sort of experimental video type stuff. If you go back a few years ago and you go look on my other channels, one of my other channels, I have a channel just called Chevee. It has one video on it called Safe. You can go look at my website and find it too. I did a little video using somebody else's music, and I really enjoyed that process of making glitchy, weird visual effects. And I think that my hope is to use this music to kind of inspire some of that sort of stuff, because I really enjoy those older kind of esoteric music videos from, like, you know, the early days of industrial, like Nine Inch Nails and Tool and Filter and stuff like that. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun experimenting and playing with things, and hopefully something will come of it. Ultimately, my main goal was to be able to make electronic music that I can play along with my bass and just kind of have practice songs, essentially. Haven't done that yet. I have discovered that my laptop really struggles. If I'm playing a song and trying to record at the same time, it does not work well. And I've got to figure that out. I don't know why, but it gets way out of sync and it sounds terrible. So anyway, this was a little experiment today. Hopefully you enjoyed the little snippet of music. I'm going to keep playing. Got any questions? Got any thoughts, comments? I'd love to hear from you, especially if you have questions. I love answering questions. Ask me some. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. Please leave a comment. Please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Do all the YouTube stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We have been learning 12 things to know before letting go. Number 5, you are in control of only one person, yourself. Letting go in your relationships doesn't always mean that you don't care about others anymore. It's simply realizing the only person you really have control over is yourself. This is super freaking important. As somebody who's been through a divorce and has been through the loss of several friends for less than ideal reasons, at some point you just have to be okay with it. It's okay.